Hi there, this is Stephen with Karma Astrology, and I'm coming to you live from Santa Fe, New Mexico, to talk about the daily moon forecast. So today, as you can see to my left over here in Capricorn, that MO in turquoise is the moon. And the moon is at 23 degrees Capricorn, which is right towards the end, 23.5 it looks like, right around. It's a little hard for me to see, but yeah, it's right at the end of Capricorn, and it is in the nakshatra of Dhanishta. Now, the nakshatras are the 27 Indian constellations that overlay the 12 typical constellations that we normally see in Western and Vedic astrology. Dhanishta actually is the gap, or it bridges both Capricorn and Aquarius, showing that it kind of it's basically that very Saturnian end of the zodiac. Saturn rules both Capricorn and Aquarius. So and Saturn's kind of the root of the body. It's our root chakra, or Muladhara chakra, at the very base of your tailbone, in the center of your body. And what that shows is that Dhanishta is kind of that root nakshatra, that primal force, where we could say our Kundalini energy resides, the coiled serpent in the base of our spine of energy. So I'll get into Dhanishta a little bit. Dhanishta is an interesting one. It is ruled by the the Ashta Vasus, the eight gods. They're elemental gods, and they're kind of the gods of earthly abundance. I have a little list here that I can read off what they each represent. But let's see. All right, so yeah, the 8 different ones are water, uh, earth, wind, the moon, fire, the dawn, the pole star, and splendor. So these are gods of abundance and gods of material abundance and wealth. Excuse me. And so what they represent is these kind of gifts in our lives. And the symbol of Dhanishta is actually a drum or a flute, kind of because it's associated with a constellation that's the dolphin constellation. It's called Delphinus, or the dolphin. I can show you a picture of what it looks like. I have a little screen over here. But it basically looks a little bit like a drum, or like a rhombus. There we go. Now you can see that that's where the moon is. It's a little bit fast forwarded, so it's right on that cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. And then if you look up above where the moon is, you'll see that little polygon, I guess, and that is the constellation here. Oh, there it is. Now you can probably see it. Delphinius, or Delphinus. And so that is kind of associated with this section of the zodiac and the energy of this section of the zodiac. And it has to do a lot with this, the drum as a symbol, or the flute as a symbol, gives us musical abilities and rhythmic abilities on a day like today. The drum is symbolized also by, well, it's associated with the drum that Shiva has, which has kind of a string with a ball on the end of 2 sides, and you kind of flick it back and forth. It's called the Damaru drum. I'll go back to the page so you can actually see what I'm doing with my hand. Alright, so it has this little Damaru drum that you kind of go back and forth with your hand like this to make the balls hit either side. And that kind of symbolizes the connection between the material on one side of the drum and the spiritual on the other side of the drum. And both, when they work in concert with each other, allow us to progress and make beautiful music and connect both, our spiritual selves and our material selves. So Dhanishta has this sort of rhythmic nature to it. So on a day like today, it's great to listen to music or play music and have a little fun, or you might have songs stuck in your head, or you might just be obsessed with that drum beat, that really great drum beat, or the bass, because the drums and bass are kind of the rhythm section. Well, they are the rhythm section of the band. Let me get back to the chart so you can see that again. All right, there we go. So, and then also for this nakshatra, just in general, it's called the Star of Symphony. It gives kind of the power of fame and abundance, because there's this kind of consistent effort, this consistent nature to the star that allows us to achieve things, or create things, and really kind of develop a sense of fame or reputation based on our ability to just be determined and consistent. This is actually the part of the sky where Mars is exalted. So Mars is the planet of courage, and Dhanishta, or this kind of end of Capricorn section of the zodiac, is symbolized by determination. So when we have determined courage, it ends up being discipline. And whenever we act with discipline, then we're able to make progress and kind of just make our lives better, or really build things in our lives. So it kind of has to do with that very basic rhythmic foundation, or there are different principles to the universe, like polarity and vibration and rhythm, that are very associated with Dhanishta in general. So anything that you come across today that has some sort of rhythm, some vibration to it, it might be something to focus on, or have fun with. Play drums, drum on your desk, or whatever you like to do. Let's see, there's a timing aspect to Dhanishta as well, since that rhythm is there. It shows that on a day like today, it's good to kind of make investments, to buy real estate, or to at least look at it, to any sort of thing that you're looking at purchasing, whether from clothing to things that are just anything, really. Anything that you're looking to purchase, today is a really great day to think about purchasing something. So that's kind of a nice thing. It's associated with wealth. It's associated with gold and other valuable articles. So it might be a good time to stack some gold coins, as they say. And let's see here. If there's anything else I want to talk about with Dhanishta. There's a certain fierceness today and an individuality to Dhanishta. So it's not necessarily the best day for relationships, or for any sort of kind of sexual entanglements, or really working on our sense of respect and that kind of equality in our relationships, since we're a little more focused on ourselves on a day like today. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend trying to force anything with another person on a day like today, force a date or something like that. But it does help. This is a great time to be charitable. It's a great time to take heroic action, or strong, valorous action. As I said, to listen to music. It's a good time to focus on issues around your money. It's a great time to do that. It's a great day to do that. Let's see, in terms of other auspicious and inauspicious things to do today, we can be a little deceptive. We can be a little inconsiderate, like I was saying. So definitely be careful not to really put yourself in situations where you're accruing bad karma, or any sort of negative impacts, or things that will kind of hurt others. Because it's a little easier to do that on a day like today, where we're feeling a little more self-absorbed or self-centered. It's a great day to come up with insights, to be perceptive, to focus on your wealth. It's a great day to, I think I've covered the music, to be focused on your accomplishments and really try and, get the job done, and work hard. It's definitely a nose to the grindstone type of energy in Dhanishta. And in general, in terms of the other transits that are going on. If you haven't seen my Jupiter in Aquarius video, I just posted that yesterday. It's a nice little update. As you can see right there, Jupiter is that JU in orange, and it's in Aquarius. It's at about 12 minutes of Aquarius, so it's just getting started, and you might even be able to really feel that already. I know that's for sure, just the relief of Jupiter coming out of Capricorn, where we were so cold and so focused on our boundaries and what kind of delineates us and our groups and our beliefs from other people and their beliefs and their groups. And now we're in Aquarius, where we're looking for ways to merge, ways to come together and find, connections between our groups and connections in our teachings and in our wisdom and in our philosophies. So there's a lot of this more coalescence of energy on a day like today, or just going into this next year. We're going to have a full year. Jupiter takes about a year to go through a sign. So we have this full year of Jupiter in Aquarius to really kind of celebrate this, all things about society and culture and science and technology and all these big picture items and philosophies and ideas that kind of outlive us or are bigger than us as individuals. So it's a really nice day to, I'm about to watch a lecture on Nikola Tesla. And there's, other people like that that are very inspirational scientific type of figures or societal type of figures that we might be paying more attention to, or we might be able to glean more off of in this time. Otherwise, Venus is getting very close to exaltation up there in the corner, that VE. I always point to the wrong direction. But Venus up there in Pisces, you can see it's at 26 degrees or so. And Venus is fantastic in this part of Pisces. It's exalted at 28 degrees, and just before that is the peak kind of energy. Venus is our planet of being able to connect with other people and find happiness, really. And when Venus is in Pisces, the sign of inner expansion, metaphysics, and being in isolation, ironically, it kind of shows that we can really be happy anywhere. And that as long as our mental state and our internal landscape is kind of fueling us, or we're focused on this internal landscape that allows us to feel happy or joyful, or we're kind of attracted to that ethereal realm, we'll find that more happiness bubbles up and more joy bubbles up, and all of a sudden we're nicer and we're a little friendlier, and it kind of takes the edge off that moon in Denisha for a day like today. All right, that's about it for today. So I hope y'all have a fantastic day. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this content, and then leave me some comments below if you have any questions, comments, anything that you want to let me know. If you have Moon in Denisha or any planets in Denisha in your chart, please feel free to, send something, and let me know if there's anything you want to hear or want me to cover in the future. I'm happy to do specialized videos or anything. So I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you